in Dubai Mall, but it's fake snow, so and it's fake ice. That doesn't count.
Yeah, me neither. Haven't had a experience with actual snow yet. But the teams are having experience on the battleground. On the elimination feed, we see JDG taking out a member of the Xavier Nate team. And on screen, we have Nongxin Red Force in action, but Doxy ran in with his knife. But unfortunately, immediately gunned down by Deathstorm by A1. But Deathstorm looks like he's taken out as well. They're just trading blows to each other. And Mr. MVP, Mr. Chicken Dinner Beanie in action with a pistol. And he's only down to 10% of health. He does not have space to run away. Rowdy will get him.
I love that we gave him a moniker, Mr. Chicken Dinner. Okay. It's unfortunate for the doctor though. I mean, Doxy has been sent back to the lobby here by A1 Arrow, and seems to me like they do have the upper hand advantage here up against this Red Force. The good thing is that Binny's still alive, getting picked up by his teammate here, but since there's still a scarcity of weapons here, everyone's trying to take their time, but not for A1 Arrow. Oh my goodness. All right. The Savior, I think they're the ones that eliminated JDG as well, but of course, the fight is not done just yet because we also have Tiamba inside Pachinki.
Tiamba with the full squad now, they have the potential of having the advantage over them with the full squad. At the same time, on the elimination feed, 4th Rise in action against M9. A lot of fights happening across the map, it seems, this time. Oh, Tiamba in front of D Xavier. Knock on the Levi's. One more to go on the inside. And now Mighty. It's a lot of damage though, but he still goes in with the jump shot. Fearless Mighty.
Whoa.
Once, and they will finish off D Xavier.
Now this is what I want to see coming from Tianda. And you know what, Super Cloud, I've noticed so far, especially in Pachinki, like there are more and more teams that would love to challenge D Saver in terms of like getting Pachinki as their main territory. So D Savior should prepare. But anyway, getting back into the action between Sim9 and 4th Thrives, U-High is still knocked down on the ground. Trexie seems to have a plan on getting to UI at this point, but I feel like Noki probably already know that Trexie will be coming for his teammate here, and so he is trying to get into position here, or perhaps, would want to seal the deal.
And Noki knows Trexie's on the other side. With the fact that the smoke's popped. Okay, probably saw him. Okay, now he takes a shot. Ooh, iron side. Knock on the Trexie. Quick moves there by Noki.
Oh, yeah. I mean, understandably so, because Falak and IQQ already out of the game, so maybe he's avenging his fallen comrade, so to speak. And T24 coming up from behind. Trixie. Okay, there you go. That's the confirmed kill. Yuhai had been picked up, but no. He hasn't been picked up. He's also out of the game, which brings us down to our last player from the side of Sim9. Although they did manage to put 2 elimination points, but yeah, I guess it's okay. It's a decent number. 2 is still a good number, but not enough if they would want to gun for like an even higher position in the overall rankings.
2 is a good number, but 1 is a hard one. But after what we saw with Beanie earlier on, no, I'm not going to question the 1 anymore. Who knows if Fearon can pull off a Beanie? Yeah. But this is a very different situation, of course, for Fearon, because he is kind of far away from the circle and he needs to move like about 800 meters alone, that is, with the fact that 4th Thrice knows that he's still around the corner. It's just that 4th Thrice decided to like, okay, we don't have vehicles ourselves. We probably don't have enough utility. Let's just focus on the loots and not only think about that one guy, but instead think about the whole game altogether so that they'll be more prepared when they enter the circle next.
I just realized that we didn't win any predictions just a while ago, so none of us will eat something. Oh, yeah. But anyway. Okay, good. Okay. But, okay, just looking at the situation here, ladies and gents, just to keep you up to date, For Miracle Vibes is, will be coming from the south part area of E-Wrangle. Same thing goes for Thunder Talk Gaming since they got down in Novorepnoy. And Sim9 is pretty close with 4th Rise, of course, down there in Ferry-Pierre. So perhaps For Miracle Vibes, if they know that Four Thrives and Sim9 still there. Probably they'll challenge them up. I mean, potential scores. I mean, who would say no to that one? Also, for most of the teams, they're already down there in the middle. We got BTR pretty close with which team here? RQ. Okay, RQ in Rozok, if I'm not mistaken.
So they're going to share the same area for now. That's going to
For
be
now.
interesting if they bump into each other. But I guess everyone's at their own corner, so they're not gonna bump yet. And I'm pretty sure they don't want so. Okay, there you go. Okay, we get a overall view. Circle's pretty 50-50 between the north and the south. So let's see if there'll be any hard shift needed later on. For now, the shift is happening for 4 Medical Vibes, and the one that's stopping them is 4 Thrives.
Okay, here we go. Can they pass through the bridge? That is, of course, up to Four Thrives and how effective they are when it comes to like gatekeeping. One of also the best in the competitive scene, of course, the boys of Four Miracle Vibes. I don't see Baron playing for Four Miracle Vibes for now, so perhaps the lineup would be Joel. Who else? Joel Tops, Doc, and one more name, Sir Cloud.
Zio?
Rifus. Okay.
Oh, yeah, Rifus. Yeah, there you go. Oh, yeah, Baron. Okay. So he's taking a break. I mean, for Medical Vibes, their entire lineup, including their bench, is pretty stacked. Yeah, so it's almost like you can put anyone in and, you can still expect them to put in a performance. And I believe Baron, he played during the Night of Champions the other day.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, so I guess they're trying out this new formation to see how it works out. And maybe that's why we don't get to see the best of them, just like how we saw during the Night of Champions.
And I guess there's a lot of eyes looking at them right now because of their roster alone. They have again, just like what you said, the roster's pretty stacked up. Even if the substitutes for Miracle Vibes are really great, right? So I do wonder when the pressure is really high if they can still perform as smooth as fodder, because sometimes it affects their overall gameplay when the pressure starts to kick in, and stress altogether. But it is, of course, going to be such a great expectation, I guess, onto their shoulders, just because, the history of tops as well, from Stalwarts moving into Falcons and then dropping the original roster altogether. Now he's playing for Four Miracle Vibes with Dark, so there is that great expectation for them to kind of dominate globally.
But now Tianba will try to dominate 4 Thrives like 2-2-4. Almost taking out a member of Tianba, but from the other side. Okay, Tianba. Nice split, nice distraction for them to finish off the final player of 4 Thrives. 4 Thrives are in number 12, but they still scored 3 elimination points, and 3 of them was the members of Sim9 who they took out earlier.
And it's a good thing that, Tiamba's kind of picking up the pace, because they have been awfully quiet for like 2 days now, and it's a great thing that for the 3rd day they're kind of stepping up, and we do expect more, to come from Tiamba and the other PL teams as well. Now RQ, they do have the chance to maybe collide with BTR if I'm not mistaken, but they're not pushing through with it just yet. Okay, but they know where RQ is currently staying at, and I feel like they're gauging the situation, maybe checking like, is it already safe for us to have this engagement with BTR? Would it benefit us more than it will cause harm? The question, right?
Yeah, probably that's something that they're considering, and they have to consider that we have 11 teams now. So if you were to take fights, you want to tell yourself that you can win, just like any other competitor. But at the same time, you gotta think that, but what if we lose, right? That's a consideration for that as well. Well, but Team Flash, they don't really need to consider this since it's a long range. They try, but not able to get a knock. But instead, it's going to be Thunder Talk, getting a Sinister from A1 Arrow. And A1 Arrow, they might be looking for a revenge. They know exactly where the members of Thunder Talk Gaming are at right now. Try to get an advantage, but Hitman did not was not able to land that shot to get the knock.
Mhm. And that's also always the consideration, right, Sir Clan? I mean, early in the game, I mean, you don't want to get into an early engagements as well because you don't want to risk losing members of the team. So, yeah, I mean, just like what we are seeing right now. I mean, A1 Arrow definitely backing away from the situation. You know, they don't want to risk members of their team getting knocked down since it's too early, to be honest. Thunder Talk, you know, it's a great thing because, again, they continue to defend themselves well. And but we still got a long way to go for this match, so let's see if they can get to the latter stages of the match. I'm looking at A1 Arrow. They have taken over a compound here, but BTR, I feel like they're about to swarm in.
With the high ground, that's a potential. Well, A1 has the compound, and I guess they are evaluating whether it's going to be worthwhile for them to do that or not. Objectively, maybe not. But if they want to go like, okay, we want the points in, you know, we want to catch the number one spot, we want to bring in the elimination points, then sure, they can potentially go for that. But if they want to play objectively and play for survivability, since we're still at stage number 3, then they can chill out a bit at the high ground, wait for the circle to shift, and in case the position forces A1 to come out of that building, then BTR will be ready then.
Yeah, perhaps. Okay, Team Flash. Ooh, okay. Massive fire. Coming from you. Who else? Okay, Thunder Talk Gaming, they're on rotation at the moment. We got Woo here of ASI8, also trying to bring him down in a moving vehicle, but of course it's always hard. You know, it's always tricky to put down someone in a moving vehicle. But Thunder Talk Gaming seems to be eager to respond as well up against ASI8, so I do wonder if they're going to continue with the collision here. But Casanova, he has set his eyes over to one player of Thunder Talk Gaming and was able to put down Tian Yu.
Uh-huh. Nice long range there. And Tian Yu will be eliminated by who? Aha. It is him from ASI8. Called who? Yeah. Reminds me of Doctor Who though.
Oh, I thought it reminds you of what this movie about? Rush Hour.
Oh, yeah. Now that you mentioned it.
What's your name? My name is you. What do you mean
you? Okay, yeah. I remember that now.
That's funny. Okay, and again, it's a fast-paced game we're seeing right now because stage 3, and we already lost like the likes of Venice Red Force, JDG as well. We're looking at 10 teams remaining here, and D Savior also out of the game, by the way, setting up a total of 3 elimination points. So far so good for A1 Arrow, since they also managed to put up 4 elimination points as well for the team, so hopefully they can continue on with this kind of pace. And on the screen, ladies and gents, Team Flash, still a complete squad, moving around the map as well, over to the east side, pretty close with A1, Thunder Talk, and BTR on the south side of shooting range. But I feel like it's going to be A1 and Team Flash, you know, if there's ever going to be another fight here.
Yeah, and we have them now on screen. A1, Team Flash next to each other. And Team Flash, wonder if they're interested. They do have this high ground still. They don't really need to force it, but there's a chance that the circle will go away at stage number 5. While we shift forward to Vampire eSports, with a high ground up onto the somewhat the shooting range area. And more teams are coming towards this high ground. Of course, this high ground is pretty valuable. Everyone wants a piece of it. But it's not only about the shooting range within, that is. They have to also be aware of incoming teams from the other side of the circle. BTR came from the right side of the circle towards the left side. They are circling around just to find that prime position, maybe trying to get as near as possible.
And I don't see Tony K playing for this round. Okay, maybe we'll see him afterwards. But okay, Vampire eSports over to the west side. I believe they're trying to gun down Voindunky as well, you know, gatekeep them. BT are on your screen, ladies and gents. Again, Federal is already out of the game here, early elimination, but they are trying to challenge up towards the ASI 8. Uzim is or Uzium rather, is right behind a big rock. But desperately trying to, of course, stay alive at this point. He had been I mean, they're ganging up on him, obviously, but it's a good thing that Casanova is right there to save his teammate.
Oh, the Casanova.
A fighter, not a lover.
Yeah. Every time his name is mentioned, I go like, ooh, Casanova. But ooh, full medical vibes now. Okay, in action. But on screen, we also have ASI 8 from afar, knocking out the members of Thundertalk Gaming. And Thundertalk Gaming eliminated just like that. But back on the full medical vibes against RRQ now. Zero scouting out where exactly Nabeko is at. But ASI 8, they can't chill. Looks like another knock onto them.
And I almost thought that Thundertalk Gaming was able to accumulate like quite a number of points. So maybe that was just damage output. They were able to shut down players, but not really translate that into a full-blown elimination point just yet. Voin Donkey! Okay, here we go on your screen, ladies and gents. And again, up against ASI 8. Man, ASI 8 seems to be in altercation all the time. For Miracle Vibes, though, Doc might be down on the ground, but it's a good thing he's been surrounded by lots of smoke here, so that really gave way for Doc to recuperate. Tiamba, Mighty, doing a massive spray, but Zhao right now about to go out of the game.
Ooh, and Zhou is eliminated officially by Tianma. And Tianma comes in, but they're on the lower ground though. A little bit of a disadvantage when it comes to the geography, as Doc still has that high ground against Tianma. But Tianma, they are not in a rush. But it would be lovely if they can get up to the high ground, so they will still try to hike up before the zone closes, because we are about to see stage number 5, about 5 more seconds here. And on screen, is going to be the overview of who might get the next circle. And it goes again towards the high ground. So it's still very, very valuable. RRQ, we need to play the defensive game against Full Medical Vibes.
Yeah, and also we've got Vampire eSports already in position as well down there in the broken plane. Newsy is the first one to get there, so let's see if he will get attacked, for now. But yeah, so far it's quiet. But it's a different story though for ASI. And again, they find themselves in an altercation with Boy Donkey. Now it's a dance-off. Unfortunately, though, oh man, Wu is already out of the game, as well as UZM. And that's courtesy, of course, by Vexy of Voin Donkey. Now, we are seeing quite an aggressive Voin Donkey for today as well. So, interesting day number 3, ladies and gentlemen. And we already mentioned this at the beginning of the match, is that today should be the day that team starts to build their foundation if they want to get ahead compared to the other teams.
Oh, yeah. And you can see that ASI continues to build a foundation by knocking out Zeta. And from the side, baby, we'll get it. And that's going to be another point into the team. As we shift forward to now, A1 Arrow going up against Team Flash. And this is the fight that we kind of anticipated would happen. Without the circle, A1 is forced to come out of the building. And look at the nades rained out by Team Flash. But they're not able to hit the target just yet thanks to the smoke. So they're still okay for now. Instead, it's going to be Zeus knocked down from the side. And I wonder who did it came from. Did it came from A1 or somewhere else? It came from MG from RRQ.
Whoa, and BTR already out of the game as well, so not a good performance from the side of the Bigatrons. And now we got Hitman over here, throwing A's, and who was able to put down Hugh, rather. Okay, Hitman, oh man, he got hit by a buggy real hard. And that was such a good offense coming from Team Flash, but let's see if that Storm can make a difference. Can he really bring some sort of Deathstorm up against Team Flash top? He's currently picking up his teammate here. Win again for the win. My goodness, this kid is unstoppable, I'm telling you.
Again, he became the savior for the team, eliminating A1 at number 8 with 5 elimination points as we shift back over to the southern side of the circle. Now we have 4 medical vibes on the lower ground against Xianba, Boing Donkey, up against Vampire eSports, with 1 player currently down, but the jump shot came from the other side. It is on Zens to finish off Gachor, and number 7 for Boing Donkey.
Oh, Tiamba, how the mighty have fallen onto the hands of 4 Miracle Vibes. Doc with the slash attack, slaying the rest of Tiamba. Now we're looking at the 2 remaining players here. 6 elimination points, not bad for Tiamba. 4 Miracle Vibes and RQ also joined into the mix here, so it's a 3-way battle happening. in this particular spot. Now, Smoke's being popped off as well. XII is currently low in HP here, so there's a need for him to kind of pick himself up. Tops, cooking nade, Rifus as well. Just don't know where exactly they're going to throw those nades. But yeah, RQ is being a little aggressive here, but Doc is trying to keep them at bay as well.
As of now, is the quiet before the storm, they say. Because everyone's calculating their position. Everyone's trying to get as much information as possible. A nade was sent from behind by RQ to fall Political Vibes, but a nade landed onto Tianba Z. And now it's going to be go time for Political Vibes to secure another elimination point, leaving Tianba with only one player left. And the final player of Tianba comes from the side, but he gets stopped in the process. Could he be the one to actually form a clutch against Political Vibes? And from afar is going to be Refuse, finishing him off. Political Vibes survive, but now they have RRQ to deal with.
Ooh, man. Okay, but Jal has been taken as a sacrifice here. Is back in the lobby, but again, 3 is a doable number for any veteran teams. And now what a shot though, coming from Dog. Oh my goodness, through that window, through that wall. 4 Miracle Vibes getting through.
Oh, 4 Miracle Vibes. They found that window, they found that opening, but a little bit more time bought because they have to save Refuse right now while Vampire eSports. They're being chilling here on the other side of the map. Pressure's now on the 4 Miracle Vibes. They have to come in as Baby gets Sorvel. RRQ permanently loses another player. Could be another sign of an opening for 4 Miracle Vibes, but now they have to consider to deal with Vampire eSports, who's on the other side, putting pressure onto them from afar.
Okay. Right now, Vampire eSports, they do have quite an advantage up against the remaining teams here. ASI, 4 Miracle Vibes, and RQ. They do have the numbers. They do have the best position so far. 4MV will be coming down south. They don't have any compounds to work with, so it's a little bit open. So they just have to take advantage of the potato hills right up in front of them. We've got Champ right here doing a little spray. Okay, it's divide and conquer from the side of Vampire eSports. Tops, he is on 70% of health here, but definitely will be backed up by Refuse. They're going up against Victorious of Vampire eSports, but there's quite a distance there, but Victorious getting damaged from the bullets coming from Refuse here. Newsy trying to find an angle here, trying to find someone to knock down onto the side of 4 Miracle Vibes, but so far, both teams, both gauging what can they do in this situation.
Right now for Vampire eSports, well, they can pretty much play the waiting game. I mean, they have a good spread, they have a full squad. Right now, Vampire eSports, they're in the driver's seat. But they can get the knock, then obviously it will be a good chance for them to rush in and try to finish off a team in front of them. That is 4 Miracle Vibes. 4 Miracle Vibes right now, at least they managed to get into the circle, and they seem to be pretty clear from RRQ and also Vampire eSports as of now. For ASIA, we still have 2 players here. Mr. Casanova and Davey is still in the game, and they decided to just stay away from all these teams on the other side of the circle.
Ooh, okay, good call for Refus here, taking advantage of this special crate. And now he was able to level up his helmet and vest. It's a good advantage compared to the remaining players in the game. It would be hard, a little tricky to shut him down now. Vampire eSports still playing the waiting game, so to speak. Okay, they're letting 4 Miracle Vibes to come at them, understandably so, because 4MV are the ones that will be coming from the outskirts, so all they need to do is just really wait. Nerpeko is a non-mover, you know, but right now I think he just left the compound. He went to the south part area of the circle, completely ignoring 4 Miracle Vibes, who is currently challenging up the voice of Vampire eSports. But I'm not sure if Vintoris was able to pick Nerpeko up, or like maybe he knows where Nerpeko actually went.
Yeah, they seem to know though, especially with the fact that Nerpeko popped that smoke. But Newsy gets knocked. 4 Miracle Vibes, they might lose one player, and that's a confirmation. The point will go to Vampire eSports. They're currently dominating with 5 eliminations. Vampire is still in the driver's seat, even though the circle slightly moved away from them, but they have 3 players within the circle right now. At the same time, Nerpeko eliminated. That is the end for RRQ. Top 3 now.
All right, here we go. We got Baby and Casanova trying to maneuver. Oh, but Baby was put on a stop here as he got gunned down by, of course, Vampire Esports, and now Champ is about ready to finish him off. Casanova, he won't be able to help the Baby at this point, so Baby obviously a little bit helpless from this exchange. Now 7 elimination points coming from Vampire. They continue to dominate this stage, stage 7. And again, Vampire Esports might be the one to really bag the chicken dinner, but we're not discounting the fact that former Calvaz can maybe still flip the script up against Vampire Esports, because we've seen this happen too many times already.
And here comes more nades from Vampire Esports. They want to wrap things up. I mean, they do have the best chance right now. They're probably telling themselves like, yes, but then cannot look down upon Formidable Vibes. Refus fires back. He got newsy, but Refus countered upon by the other members of Vampire Esports. Now eliminated. It's going to be Tops. Tops fires a little bit torrent, but he has to manage Onsen's at the same time. Onsen's fire onto him, and Formidable Vibes out. It's now between Vampire Esports and ASI8. But with Vampire Esports, 3 active players, you can even make that 4. It should be a chicken dinner for Vampire.
See, we don't only look forward to the chicken dinners here, ladies and gents. We also look forward to the kind of clashes such as this one. It's a 1v4s, it's a 1v1s, and now we're looking at Casanova, the lone wolf right now for ASI versus a full squad of Vampire Esports. And now Casanova behind that rock, definitely going up against Onzen here. But okay, decided to go back. Now here comes the dance-off! Fortunately, Casanova just got served by Vampire Esports, ladies and gents, setting up a total of 20 points for this match.
And I believe production got their prediction right.
Oh no!
For this round, finally kicking it off. And it is Vampire Esports that scores it for production and of course for themselves as well. So Vampire Esports, without Tony K, no problem. They still bring the chicken dinner on the board.
See if they are able to bring the chicken dinner even without Tony K. Oh, that speaks a lot from the side of Vampire Esports. Again, another big and great contender here in the Ruthless Invitational Showdown and probably in the global scene